Good morning, good evening, good night. Welcome to NFT Live on the Web3 Network, where we take you around the NFT and Web3 space in hopefully one single hour. Good to see my friendly co-host up on stage, Biggie Poppins, Gifted. Listen, guys, not much is happening today, so I think I'm pulling it out. There's no floor prices. There's no things happening in the industry. Absolutely nothing. So we've got to rate my bags 11th edition. That's going to be updated.
I was just gonna say we just pack it up.
You gave us no warning about this, man.
Yeah, none of this.
Oh my god,
we can't. There's just no possible way.
Time. It feels like a good time because all of the floor prices are up. Everything's green. If you're red today, I don't know. I can't relate because a lot of my collections have been public. Well, you're not. Okay, I'm sorry.
Prepared for this.
Got it.
It's too much. It's
not a chance.
Biggie Poppins, I want to get to you here in just a moment. Good to see everybody here in the chat as we just get started. I'm going to do what I can to get the episode out there on social so we can get more folks in here. But yes, a lot of things happening today, including the sweet, sweet green floor prices that you are seeing across your timeline. All right, Biggie. How you doing, man? Sorry we couldn't get you more into that Jordan conversation. I know you and Jordan could probably have a full 1 hour convo, to be honest.
Yeah, man, it's cool though. I love I don't know, man. He's such a down to earth dude, and like he's just like he really knows, like he's got a really true north, right? Like he knows exactly what he's trying to do with Prohibition. So I was just happy to listen to him talk and see all this stuff that he's coming up with. Of course, I had a ton of other questions, but I think Giv did a good job of steering the conversation. I loved it. If you guys did not catch today's Web3 show, you should definitely go check it out. And by the way, shout out Carrie Ross. Happy birthday.
Great call out. Gif, you hosted that convo with Jordan Lyall, the serial builder, the Pineapple King, just the man himself.
The Pineapple
Jordan
King.
Lyall. How was it, and how are you doing today, my friend?
Dude, it's always a blessing. Yeah, everything Biggie said times 100. He's just wicked smart and yet so down to earth and such a cool dude. He's absolutely the type of dude that you hang out and get a beer with. And I know because we've been lucky enough to get to do that on stage at ETH Denver, where we just got to hang out on a couch for an hour and do a live podcast.
I'm so bummed that I missed that.
Yeah. So he's just awesome. And look, this is the alpha right here. Look at this beautiful Gen Art project on the front page of Prohibition.Art for 0.01, half minted out. Look. Y'all want alpha? There it is. Start kicking it off with fucking alpha. 0.018.
Like anti-cyclone vibes a little. It's got a little bit of
absolutely. Yeah. It's reminiscent of some other like very famous projects, but it's just absolutely beautiful. It even reminds me of a quantum variance project. Anyway, that's just the type of stuff that he's curating and watching over there on Prohibition every day. So worth checking out.
Yeah, he gave us the update there on the Fiat collaboration as well, because we covered the fact that Prohibition.Art and Fiat were working together. And he kind of gave us that insight into saying, hey, like I wasn't going to do any more large brand deals because of what happens with the Matrix, because of what happened with Warner Bros. And a couple other things where they don't allow you to innovate. The lawyers pretty much shut everything down right up front. So
and then they still shit the bed.
Exactly. It's a non-starter most of the time. So it was cool to get a lot of insights and to hear from him as well. All right, we do have some more things going on today. I'm going to take a quick run around what we are going to get to and then come back with the disclaimer. What's up, Gif?
Well, we have to also mention yesterday's show because it popped off.
Oh yeah,
I was gonna try and pull it up, but Simpsons show yesterday, 800 views already just on our live stream on YouTube. So for those of y'all hanging out with us or tuning in, if whether you're here live or tuning in later, just know we see you, we appreciate you, and it's pretty cool to see that kind of attention again coming in through these big cultural moments. That's exactly what's possible with the Joe Rogans, the Simpsons, as we see more of the mainstream pop culture start to, pay attention again. More people start to come in or get interested, and it's just awesome to see that episode pop off yesterday.
Yeah, and If you are a new viewer here from that episode, because we did get a bunch of subs from that as well, happy to see you. Happy to see you on X or Twitch or wherever the heck you are. OVOT, our vibe, our tribe, the saying that we have in our community. All right, let's get to some of our community here. Squashman saying, yeah, Prohibition has some great art for cheap. Went on a minting spree for the first few weeks. LOL. Nick Swerve saying, are we back or is it tax loss harvesting season? We're going to touch on that in just a moment. OVOT, Choina, Jeff Jag, talking about SupDucks. I got something to say about SupDucks too. Gift, before we get off and rolling, give him the disclaimer, and I'm continuing to share out the
infamous gifted disclaimer, man. It's never the same, folks. Pay attention. It's never the same.
The disclaimer?
It's not easy to do.
It's getting better.
Disclaimer. Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, look. Just know that regardless of what anybody would tell you, anybody out there would tell you, they try and steer you the wrong way. They try and tell you these guys are up here just tossing around financial advices. I know, I see you in the comments sometimes trying to put that on us, saying, oh, we're here for the financial advice. Like, you're so funny. No, we're not financial advisors. We never will be, never are, never have been.
We're trying to get there.
Look, we're working on our test scores. We'll get them up. But no, just know it's all public domain information, just opinions of us on this here network, and always do your own research. NFA, yada yada. All right.
Yeah, do not speckle on NFTs here as well. I just love that. That's going to continue. I'm going to be saying that 10 years from now.
Speckle? Yes, right. That is our own, right? It was birthed here.
It was. Well, technically Cubes did it, but like he didn't really lean into it. He kind of just like let it go. So it's ours now.
We adopted it.
All right, folks, we are going to get to a Rate My Bags edition. It feels like a good day just based on, one, we haven't gone into a Rate My Bags in, I think, 2 or 3 months. So obviously this environment is a little bit different. Whether we're back and whether it's a end of the bear market and all this other stuff, we'll kind of touch on. It's a little bit of a lost cause, in my opinion, to talk about some of that stuff. It's kind of, you kind of just have to, when the momentum does come back, get ready for it. You know, you're not going to time a bull or bear right at the top or right at the bottom. Although Gordon Goner seems to have done both. I think he left at the top and then is now back at seemingly the bottom. So maybe he's the only one that can pull it off. Other things we're going to touch on today. So obviously, here are some of the prices we're looking at. SupDucks, On-Chain Monkeys, Goblin Town, Parallel Avatars just had a breaking piece there. Kaiju King, Shrapnel, who we've brought on, Cyber Brokers. I mean, the list goes on and on. So we'll touch on some of those. Other breaking pieces of news that just happened. TagDot Tech. So this is Machi's friend tech competitor, folks. Launch is imminent. T-minus 12 hours. Last chance to join the beta launch. Whether that's alpha or not, I don't know. I don't know if they're going to do some type of drop or.
You're not joining the beta queue?
I am. I'm going to see what's up here in just a moment after we're live. But I was assuming that some type of fork. You know, usually you're getting some tokens for, you know, being on Friendtech or something, if they're saying it's a fork of Friendtech. If it's just another platform, it's not technically a fork, but we'll see. And then the other piece that I did have here, GIF, that you were just mentioning, let me make sure I have it, is the Parallel Avatars. NFT Will Alert here. Shout out to Tenacious, who put me onto this. Yeah, Wallet buys 132 parallel avatars. They were sitting around 0.22, by the way. This isn't like a 0.008 type of sweep.
I can't even get one right now. This is killing me. This hurts.
So we've been talking about parallel avatars. It's tough for me because I want to.
Right now,
it's 0.38 now, I believe. Let's see. Yeah, 0.38 is the floor price, top bid 0.32. So up 100%. Yeah, 60% today, 100% in the last 7 days. So we've been talking about Parallel. That has been one of our highest conviction plays here. I got to check out the Prime token, and there's some other things going on in that ecosystem.
Now, these aren't the cards, though. These are the avatars, right? Like, we still don't know how they're going to factor in. Or they announce something?
We know a little bit about how they factor in because, for one, if you connect your avatar to the gameplay, like you play with the avatar as your parallel, or just as like your
faction.
If the avatar matches the faction that you play, it acts as a multiplier in your rewards. So you're farming Prime token is the native token within the parallel ecosystem. I know it sounds like a lot, but as you get into it, it becomes easier. So Prime is the token, and the avatars plus the faction and the NFT decks and the ways that you stack those with NFTs, all of these create different multipliers for how you're able to farm Prime by winning games in the game.
I like that. So they took a page out of Oniforce, huh?
I think so to some extent. The one piece I am questioning here is like, I wish these PFPs were a little bit better. Like the art on the cards are amazing. We've talked about the tokenomics and how they're kind of doing that in the right way as well. These could probably be better, and I would be like, oh my god, they're hitting on DeFi, they're hitting on art on their cards, and they have the awesome PFPs.
It's a fair criticism. They aren't like they don't blow you away. The quality is good, but as we know, 3D generative art PFPs are incredibly difficult. And so like if I'm looking at this within the pantheon of 3D generative art PFPs, I would still put these up there as some of the better looking ones. But to your point, yeah, it's not like the dopest PFP ever at all.
All right. So we have been talking about parallel avatars for a minute. Again, getting into this feeling on the psychological market spectrum of like, is this a bull? Is it not? I wish I had bought more parallel avatars, like not just for today, and I probably will end up buying more, because this feels like again a project that is just going to continue to build and do some nice things, and they seemingly have a fantastic community and a really awesome game, which is what you need to be successful.
And
a token. So let me check on that token really quick.
And to your point, like if there was one place where they could improve, because again, the art on the NFTs and the characters in general is actually amazing. So like if they ever wanted to like update the art on the PFPs, that would actually even take them to another level, because then they'd be, you know, having a super high quality art PFP on top of doing everything else that they're doing super well, you know. But that's maybe where it breaks down a little bit right now, is that they're doing so many things well. You know, they haven't quite nailed the PFP thing yet, but maybe they have. Dude, if people are spending that much money on these avatars, they're not nailing it, you know?
Yeah. I think it's because of the connection to the broader ecosystem, not like, oh my god, look at this PFP. I think if they do something in the future where they're like, these are going to be upgraded or something like that, I think that would take them into a pantheon that I don't think many projects are in, where you're hitting on art with, because again, the cards are art. The DeFi token, it does have some mechanics, because it does have staking mechanics. It's part of the game, and of course you potentially get some really nice PFPs.
Yep. We got Cam Taylor over here agreeing that the art is kind of meh. We got Sats Moon saying YOLO. Choina, there's a conversation about meta builders happening in an Avagachi. Love to see all of y'all here. And if you haven't licked that like, go ahead and do that for us while we get things going.
I'm going to do my best to keep us on task today, but there's so many things happening right now that it's going to be tough. And Biggie, you were even saying that before the episode. So I'm going to do my best here. But Biggie's got some stories that we will get to as well. Here's the other breaking pieces that I wanted to get to you guys. So you see here, SupDucks are actually back on your timeline for the first time in what feels like a year. That is because there is word on the street that a potential new owner is coming in to have this collection kind of take on new life. So SupDucks was absolutely the biggest winner. Like, they still are. I caught this pump, and sadly, just because I think in the short term, if I want to get back into SupDucks, I can, but it was up 400% this morning. So it ran from like 0.02. Let me see if I can pull up this activity for y'all. So that went from a floor price of about 0.02 up to about 0.15 here in the matter of a couple hours. So we're not going to speculate much on whether we think it's a bull or bear, but this is an outlier for sure. You don't see 300% pumps from many projects here in the past year. So very interesting. So yeah, I sold around 0.13. Fellas, do you have any takes here on SupDucks? Would you have saved?
Do we know
the
who
SupDucks?
obviously we don't know who's buying, right? Like who's rumored to be the buyer. I mean,
No.
to me, that's so important. It's the operator, but I guess the mystique leads to the speckle, right?
Exactly, and we do not know if it's actually even true. So it could be a full psyop, although that would be a hard one to pull off. If you're getting a whole industry kind of up in arms over this collection, and it was a fake rumor, that would be very surprising.
So your boy Mr. Live Mint up here, I don't know if y'all remember, I actually bought this while we were live on a show, I think. So I have one, but I bought it around 0.13. So I'm basically just back up to break even because I was catching knives at that point. So I have one very good looking SupDuck. What should I do with it? Let me know in the comments. Is this the time to just get out, or is this project gonna likely go under new management and then just absolutely fucking moon in the coming cycle?
This is such a tough question to ask. I will say when I saw 300, 400%, I was like, listen, it's gonna drop down from here. I think so. Maybe I can get back in on SupDucks, and it has kind of cooled off. It's at 0.08 right now. I'll look into some of this SupDucks rumors because I haven't been able to follow up here. Biggie, are you into this SupDucks rumor? Are you into this SupDucks situation?
No SupDucks for me, brother. I'm all into the birds, the moonbirds.
Moonbirds are another one that has gone off. Okay, so here's a transition. I'm going to show you guys really quick a project called Farcana, and then I want to get to some Saints of LA for where I'm going to put that ETH, Biggie. But this came across my timeline from Crypto Espresso today. Let me know, because we have gamers in the chat here. This is the first time I'm hearing of Farcana. Unleash your spirit and fight for your start. A free mint awaits the brave, backed by Animoca Brands. So you're saying like 3 of my safe words there. Backed by Animoca Brands, free mint. There's a couple others that I need for like the full triumvirate, but you can see there's actually some gameplay
token
as well. Yeah, token.
Oh, nice.
Dude.
Fortnite maps, dude.
4v4 arena. So that's a little bit of the gameplay there. Again, first time hearing of it. I'd love to go hive mind on this. If anybody knows about Farcana in the chat, please drop some info, because this is the first time hearing. And a free mint by Animoca. Sheesh.
Look, Animoca Brands better not go out of business. I mean, they have their fingers in almost every single pie, and it just seems like they're behind 95% of all of the legit looking Web3 games right now. If anybody's gonna make it, it has to be them, man. Like, I will be absolutely just destroyed if, like, in the next, year or two or bear market, Animoca Brands is like, oh, we couldn't make it, because they have one of the best chances, in my opinion, of being, a leader in the whole industry. They already are, clearly, but I just mean, like, they could be Yuga. It's like Yuga Labs, Animoca Brands, like, how many others are going to be at that tier of what they're doing right now, man? They're in everything.
Biggie, any thoughts here on that release?
Yeah,
and then
man,
we're getting a comment in chat too.
If they don't do well, then I worry for the space as a whole, almost, right?
That would be like
that looks fly. That looks really cool. I'm curious. It looked like Unreal Engine, right?
It did, yeah. UE5.
Yeah, I also encourage you guys to check out what Baseheads is announcing too. Like, they've been riding that meta for a while, and I think we're going to see it really pop off, because I just see everybody like start talking about it, right?
I can't comment on the laundering checks here, but they do take a mode of spraying and praying. They essentially hit Sandbox was their first major hit in the space. I don't know what their exit looked like there. Of course, they're still involved with the Sandbox very heavily, but since Sandbox, they've had a couple others, and I think they were able to then roll those into some other major plays, and they've been all around. All right, Biggie, Defend your Moonbirds up here. Meta Builder saying, boo, Moonbirds ripped off SDP owls. We are the OG owl NFT project. Do you have a copyright on owls?
Fucking, we're CCO, baby. But sure, okay. Does that matter too much? I've never heard of them. I'll have to check them out. But thanks for bringing it up. I'll see what's up. I still think Moonbirds are really cool.
Okay, before we get to Saints of LA, I do want to follow up. It looks like Kalos, who is on the Parallel team, just followed up 3 minutes ago. Going to push an update out for Parallel Colony late next week. This might be what this move was. Mostly focused on combat resolution, combat training, UE5 migration. So Parallel Colony being I believe they somehow there's AI involved, but it's part of their game. You can see a little bit of the gameplay trailer here where they take the avatars and put them in the game. So it looks like this got front ran.
They call it a 1.5 player game, which is an interesting term that I hadn't seen before. But the idea is like, I guess you play with like an AI companion in a way. So wait, who front ran it?
I don't know. I mean, somebody knew about this. This was 5 minutes ago. Is the announcement that the colony is being pushed to next, or is coming out next week.
Front ran the announcement, you mean?
Yes.
Okay, God. I thought you meant like somebody front ran the game somehow with like a similar product. I got you.
All right. So we touched on the SupDucks. Nobody wanted to talk SupDucks. Maybe we'll get back into them there in the Rate My Bag segment. So I sold 2 SupDucks, and I'm getting into Saints of LA. That's what I'm doing. I'm rotating now. So I need Biggie Pop.
Let's go shopping. Let's go shopping. Let's go look at the floor right now. Let's go look right now. Let's get everybody's opinions. We got to get opinions for Nifty Q, so he's an educated buyer. He's not just going in with his own, questionable aesthetic and choice of style. And
Biggie did say he would hit me up with some traits, but I don't know if he meant to do that live on air. So we'll see.
Let's just look.
It's cool, man.
Let's just go floor shopping.
You know how it is. It's always like buy what you love, what you like. Obviously, like certain traits are a little more rare than others, and come with certain perks or this or that. Like they haven't officially been announced, right? I think they're pretty dope, but
the pink braids is a move.
I'm trying to find one that looks exactly like Gifted, and there's a couple. I'm telling you.
Why do you want one? You should want one that looks like you.
There's a few. Like we're close over here. We're close with this bad boy.
Oh, it's got the VR.
He's got the middle part though.
Oh wait. My hair is like pretty fucked right now, but
there it is. Uncanny.
Holy shit.
Actually.
wait, let me get some glasses real quick.
All right. Hooligan 1852 I'm buying. What's up?
I don't know if you guys knew, but the PFP for Saints of LA was inspired by Patrick Swayze in Point Break. And
really?
they actually have it's very limited. I think there's 6 of them or 7 Swayzes. But if you look at them and then put a picture of Patrick Swayze, dude, it's identical, man.
I'm actually, me and Big are going to leave real quick.
Definitely from LA. He ain't from Houston.
Let's see. Hold on. We're leaving.
Oh, God.
It's not working. No. Yeah. All right. Okay. So 1852 is 100% mine. It looks exactly like GIF. But is there any updates here with Saints of LA, Biggie? I know you were talking to me prior to the episode starting about some things. I know they had that initial problem with OpenSea. Has that been fixed and all that? So who hasn't had a fucking problem with OpenSea?
Seriously, right? Yeah, no, it has not. Honestly, at this point, I from what I understand, the founder, Casey Montero, was able to get a hold of somebody pretty high up there on OpenSea, who eventually handed them off to one of his assistants. And in the end, they still got the same boilerplate copy pasta response. At the moment, we can't really help you, blah, 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 terms of service, this, and that. No direction on how to remedy it, fix it. And yet the scam versions of the project remain on OpenSea, and you can buy those there. But we're happily thriving on Blur and actively talking to other upcoming exchanges like Magic Eden, and another really interesting one we had a conversation with yesterday called Aura Exchange, which is like an aggregator, like multi-chain aggregator. Very interesting. Looking to see if we can bring in the founder and talk to us a little bit more about it, because they seem to understand this marketplace pretty well. And we're working on merch. So these are like the first kind of like proposals going out to the community to, you know, for the initial merch launches. I like the hats a lot, and the top two black. Yeah, because we can always use more black.
Yeah, more black hoodies.
I'm not gonna lie, anything that like rips off and tries to copy the Supreme thing is kind of whack to me. So get out of there. Get out of here with that. But
the Supreme Saints one, right?
I mean, they're just riffing off other streetwear brands, which honestly I think is kind of whack with these, like both of these, because that's Antisocial Social Club.
Yep.
Yeah, so like I would just say be your own thing instead of trying to copy the popular ones already. That would be my feedback on it. But some of those pieces look dope. But no, the OpenSea thing is typical them, right? And then they just fired like half their staff. So good luck getting any sort of support.
Anybody now, right? Like the 2 employees. Yeah, man.
I like that Chinese one.
I believe that's Chinese ones. So if you do end up getting your Saints queue, love to have you on the Discord and just voice your opinion, because I agree with you. I saw the ones like I understand what they're trying to do, which is kind of like the Ryan Reynolds strategy that we've all talked about here, which is kind of like surfing certain trends. But yeah, I would much prefer to stay away from the whole Supreme imitation derivative type of thing and stick to our own. Plus, there's some really cool other like streetwear like that some of these guys are wearing that I would love to see. There's one with lower left, which if you can find Q, there's a few of them, but it's like a really well-known California brand that they have a partnership with, and I think that's like there's a little bit of alpha on those. And there's a couple of other brands that you'll recognize there, Q, that if you're a fan of, you might want to pick up. But other than that,
LA Kings, LA Kings is dope, where it says Saints. That's actually okay. Yeah. As far as doing a derivative, that slaps. That one fucking slaps.
Heck yeah. There's some really, really dope ones there. But yeah, definitely like explore the traits. I think like, you know, especially the rare ones, like you can get lucky every now and then. Like some people, you know, are just growing a little impatient, and you might be able to snag something.
All right. See, I thought it was a bull market, guys. I thought we were getting back into some positive vibes. The chat is being critical right now. A critical start to the day. But we sometimes get that. That's fine.
They're getting warmed up for Rate My Back.
Oh my God.
They're just getting ready to shit on everything.
Just trying to get everything. Rate My Backs. All right. Here's some other things we're going to cover today. We got obviously the floor prices that I want to hop back into. Unique wallets are actually up though. There's a couple different things. Stats has been on an absolute roll the last 2 days with the activity here. So I'm going to pull that up in just a moment. Cool Cats and Animoca, Japan. So speaking of Animoca brands, speaking of Yatsu, the fucking godfather, he's over there working in Japan as well, getting some Cool Cats action. And Cool Cats is one of the biggest winners there. NBA Topshot apparently did see a bunch of waitlist users here. So they have like 18,000 people that are ready to, and that's only people that pre-registered. You can go and see if you can get it. Let's see. What else?
You know who else is in Japan, Q? Proof, partnering with Hibiki, man. That is insane. Like I saw a couple of videos there about, you know, what they're doing, the gathering. It looks amazing. Definitely shout out to the Proof team there, like is prominently establishing themselves with the Japanese community. I am all 100% for that. It's awesome. If you're talking about getting like just like born ready fucking collectors, you know, that just know what it's all about and create like quality stuff, it's the Japanese culture.
Yes, I agree. OniForce has been making some moves into Japan as well, so I love to see that. Yeah,
they know it.
I agree. All right, here's an ode to Cool Cats here. Cool Cats has been, before I open this up, Cool Cats has been a butt of a few jokes, not on just this channel, but in the broader space. It's like, you know, they kind of screwed up with Milk. they were at a couple events and they got overshadowed by Pudgy Penguins and a couple other NFT collections. And it's just kind of been a problem. They lost some team members and they seem to be stringing together a few W's here. The avatar drop was sick. They've got the Thanksgiving parade piece here that's coming up. I know we like to FUD that a little bit, but it's something, you know, and they're going to be in Macy's and all this stuff. And now you see this collaboration with Animoca, and we're trailer maxi, so we're going to watch it.
Tokyo.
Yes. So we're going to watch this here and see if we can't gain any knowledge. I love the Go 10 Trunks fusion. Oh, it's just okay. It's replaying. Okay, I thought I was getting full 30 seconds. Oh wait,
Yeah.
Is that different fusions? Okay, so they are giving off different fusions. It looks like a fusion between multiple collections here. Let me go into the announcement. Animoca brands, Japan and San Fran, Tokyo. Cool Cats. We're stoked to officially announce together our strategic investment and partnership. Cool Cats IP, yada, yada, yada. It looks like I've never associated Cool Cats with manga either, which is an interesting move for them and that IP. But yeah, it looks like they're going to be leaning into that.
The Asian meta. It's the Asian meta, Q. Everybody's picking up on it and trying to ride the bus.
So along with this, they said we acquired 37 Cool Cats. So that might be a little bit of the reason we saw some pumpage as well. Integration with San Fran, Tokyo. Prospects lie ahead with plans to weave the Cool Cats IP narrative into the city of San Fran, Tokyo. So we'll dive in here just a minute and give Cool Cats their flowers. Gif, did you have any thoughts on this Cool Cats activation here?
Looks cool, man. Look, Cool Cats are getting a little bit cooler. You know, I feel like there was a while. Yes, obviously it's a cheesy ass fucking pun. But there was a while where they seemed pretty lost, and it all culminated in my mind around Comic-Con, where Pudgy Penguins, Oni Forest, and Cool Cats were all out there showing off, and it just seemed like between the three of them, both Oni and Pudgies seemed to, like, in my mind, I wasn't there, but I was obviously watching. I had friends that were there. I watched the coverage. I saw what they had with their experiences, some of the reactions. It seemed to me like what they were doing was resonating a lot more at the Pudgy Penguins and the Oni Forest booths. And the Cool Cats just kind of seemed very like milk, like very like bleh. Like what is this? Like, it doesn't seem cool or interesting at all. And there was a bunch of things around that time that kind of all contributed to this. Like, the vibes are just kind of like, meh, it's not really that interesting. What are we doing? And more recently, it seems like they're getting a little bit more of that swagger, more creative style and direction, and doing some cool partnerships, doing some bigger, more interesting things. So yeah, I think Cool Cats are becoming a little bit cooler.
Would you Mooncat, Cool Cat, or Crypto Kitty? I'm curious.
I got a couple
Crypto Kitty.
Kitties. Y'all need it. They're worth like 5 cents, so I'll send you over.
I would probably Mooncat and then Cool Cat, but I don't know. Cool Cat's probably has more utility coming, so maybe Cool Cat.
First I'm seeing of San Fran Tokyo Genesis Pass here. It's created in August. It looks like it's getting a bid here over the last. And let me zoom out here. Oh, that's actually all time. So up from about 0.2, literally start of November, average price up to 0.3 here, 339. This is the first I'm hearing about San Fran Tokyo Genesis Pass. But again, we do have that blind spot for Asian projects, and this seems to be happening majority over there in Asia.
We got Huda over here he's just absolutely heckling us. Just lame. Like, I don't even know what he's referring to, but
to the Cool Cats thing.
Okay. Yeah, look, I do still think that they have a long way to go, but I just feel like, yeah, that the energy and the sentiment is picking up, and they're doing some cooler things.
Did you see the Thanksgiving Day parade?
I mean, come on.
You cannot fade them.
How do you fade the Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade? Come on.
Here's the Cool Cats chart as well on the 30-day. So start of October, essentially, which was, a bad time for everybody. 0.4 on the Cool Cats, it looked like, on the floor price. And literally up to about a couple days ago, floor price sitting around 0.5 maybe they got up to, and then you can see that massive bid here in the last day, which a lot of collections have gotten, but I think Cool Cats stands out for sure, up 60% in the last week.
Hope it pops like Barney. That's hilarious, dude.
You know, I think it's interesting to kind of try and think right now about like what are these more kid focused IPs that are trying to do this move into, you know, toys and family and all this type of stuff. You know, we just talked about Cool Cats. We've obviously been covering a lot about Pudgy Penguins, but you've got VeeFriends out there actually doing a whole bunch of different stuff too, and we just don't talk about it that much. So I'm curious, what do y'all think about, like, VeeFriends was just doing some big parade. They actually had their own sort of float in a parade in New York just in the last week. They're in Chuck E. Cheese stores. They've got toys in a bunch of stores. They're doing a bunch of things too, not to mention VCon. What's up with VeeFriends?
The Chuck E. Cheese activation is probably the lamest thing that ever happened in this space. Name a lamer. Name a single lamer.
Look, when I was
Chuck E. Cheese. Is Chuck E. Cheese still even a thing? Do people send their kids to Chuck E. Cheese? I feel like that's where you go to get kidnapped.
What did you like most about Chuck E. Cheese, Gif? I'm curious. Was it the little band where you went and put the coin in and they all start like playing?
I'm trying to remember if there was a time when I actually thought Chuck E. Cheese was cool. And if I'm being honest, even when I was like a 10-year-old, I probably thought it was like kind of just meh. Like not that cool, because the pizza was never that great. The games are kind of fun, but like it was always kind of weird. Just a weird
kind of bucktooth rodent promoting their pizza. Yeah, I mean,
it's true.
But before I pull this up, Gif, and I don't know if you've looked at the actual collections here.
It's a bar for kids.
Are you going V2 or are you going the originals?
Am I in them? You mean
for kids?
So
like if you had to pull up a chart and try to like or a collection and say I'm about to buy one, are you buying a V2 or are you buying the original VeeFriends?
If I could afford the originals, I'd get the originals. Dude, I had multiple V2s and I think I floored them all because the supply was just too fucking big and there wasn't enough. Again, it's like figuring out this connection back from like all the great work that you're doing to build brand awareness and physical, you know, toys and things out in Web 2, but getting that tie back to the collections is very difficult. They haven't figured that out yet, at least with the massive supply on the expansion project of VeeFriends 2. It's just like it's like 60K more pieces and there's no way to support that.
Yeah, VeeFriends 2, I agree. Jesus Christ. I haven't looked at the original VeeFriends art in a long time.
Good. It's it's iconic.
Wow.
These are original blueprints for characters that will be famous.
Wow. Gary V. Wow. I'm not going to say anything. The one thing I will say that's less subjective, more objective is going as Huda joins us here. I'll pull you up in just a sec, dude. VeeFriends hasn't gotten the bid yet. Look at this. So VeeFriends is in that category, Doodles category. It's in the Moonbirds, Cool Cats kind of OG project that is probably going to be okay in the next cycle, but it hasn't moved at all. It's down 11% in the last fucking 30 or 7 days.
This is actually interesting, and I'm glad I brought this up because this is why, like, because nobody's talking about it, despite the fact that VeeFriends is actually incredibly active. Like, I get like weekly emails with all the different things that they're doing. They've got a full fucking team working on this shit. They've got VCon, they've got production, they've got partnerships, they've got Gary fucking V. They got so much shit happening behind this project, and yet it just seems like, at least in our circles, there's nobody really talking about it.
It's very true. I mean, again, I'll say it again. They haven't gotten the bid, clearly. Huda, what's up, my man? How are you doing today?
He came to Heckless.
He's in San Fran, Tokyo.
I was just going to sit on the sidelines and keep giving you shit. I'm like, it's too fun. I got to jump in.
Yeah, heckle us to our faces at least.
Exactly.
Sir.
Awesome, man. We're talking VeeFriends here and potentially some other projects that haven't seen this massive run up. It's hard to find one. You look at the rest of the collections across the industry right now, and really everybody is moving up pretty wildly. Mochaverse is in there, Cool Cats is in there. I mean, even Pixelmon is in here moving up. If you have any thoughts, man, let me know.
They had a mint today on OpenSea, the Pixelmons, right?
Well, I know they had the Kevin game. I didn't know they had another mint coming.
Is all this over on base too? And yeah, broker's doing awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, they did the ZK Mon.
Yeah. Dude, it's just exciting to see, isn't it? And so like let's play this out. This is probably liquidity coming from Bitcoin and altcoins. Like people made gains over there and they got their meme coin airdrops and people are just going shopping, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And I guess, well, the good part is, so we still have the Blur airdrop to look forward to. And I think we've talked about this before and you guys already have too, but it just makes sense. Like these sales trickle down, it goes down the food chain, gets people liquidity. They go shopping too. And again, these airdrops coming up should feed this right into January. Like January is primed to do its January thing. So even if you don't think like the underlying stuff is there yet for us to really recover, can't help but be bullish, at least just for the next few months.
Meta Builders is bringing up an interesting point, and I don't think that what we're seeing across this and across what's happening with the market today and maybe even yesterday is just market making. I think you even look at some of these stats that NFT stats brought up, and you can see
unique wallets. Like, can we pull that up and actually look at
that?
Yeah,
what was it? 8,000.
If unique wallets are actually trending up, that's one of the biggest indicators of me that there's real new interest coming in, right? Because despite the sentiment and the upward momentum and volume and all that stuff over the last month, it's been stagnant to negative.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, we'll pull out a couple here. One, Hill Dobby coming through with some dope chart here, tracking marketplaces. Right, Blur saw as many traders as OpenSea yesterday. That's absolutely gigantic because Blur, I don't think, has ever overtaken OpenSea on the trader front. Yeah.
Wow.
You guys have any thoughts there? Just hop in.
OpenSea's just sinking, right? OpenSea, they feel like they're done. What do you need them for now? There's no token. Hopefully a token one day. They don't have any big upcoming drops. Not that anybody's dropping right now anyways, but there's really competent marketplaces, everything you can do on OpenSea, you can do elsewhere, but it's more like the sentiment. People are not happy with OpenSea, and finally it just feels like they've washed their hands of them.
Yeah. They thought they'd be there forever, right? Like not be taken down. I'm happy to see it.
And there's a lot of other interesting marketplaces coming up. Again, Creatorhood is one that we're going to be featuring and talking about a lot next week that we're really excited to partner with. And that's just one of many. I mean, Magic Eden's making huge moves. We got Prohibition.Art doing cool stuff. FX Hash. We should touch on that. Maybe we'll talk about it more on GM
and Han
today. Dude. FX Hash is like my favorite. Like I was there day one at their launch, buying every NFT, every single one. I've got hundreds or thousands.
You got. So I didn't call this out. I wanted to yesterday. He was in the chat going through some of my Tez bags over on FX Hash, and he called out the RGB Elementary Cellular Automaton. I think I got that right. And so I was like, yo, he knows what's up. Do you have some?
I don't have that. There's so many pieces there that I'm always kicking myself for not grabbing. So like, okay, you've got a grail there. And first off, I'm so excited to see Cypher is going to be the first Ethereum drop on FX Hash. So they just put out a calendar of the schedule. There's only 2 things scheduled, but we've been waiting for his next piece since not that one, but like he hasn't minted in a year. He's going to be the first mint on Ethereum. That thing's going to be huge. That's definitely alpha.
Massive.
Just gotta say.
All right. I do want to hop. Let's touch on FX Hash. Let's do that conversation if we can fit it in here on today's episode. I do want to bring this chart up because this was the one that we were just touching on with unique buyers. Stats here saying unique buy wallets of ETH NFTs rose to 8,450, the highest in a day since before summertime. 6 months, folks. This differentiates yesterday's move from prior days as wallets had stayed stagnant. So actually unique buyers are getting off their asses or coming into the industry, maybe enticed by a certain other things. But yes, unique wallets up finally.
DP just calling me out. Yo, we're getting trolled so hard saying
I
they've
agree
got
with that
Gary
shit.
fucking V's statement of the year, folks. Yo, thanks for that one. You're right.
Cam's saying it's because the art sucks. That art
yeah.
is borderline
legendary.
Like, yeah, but it's
Be
like kind
honest.
of disrespectful.
Which art? The VeeFriends art?
The VeeFriends art.
Yeah, it's disrespectful art. It's so bad.
Y'all just don't get it, okay? But okay, just so that everybody's
nice.
Like, because this could be actual alpha here that we're talking about, and I want everybody to know what Hood is referring to and what we're discussing. So this piece is my RGB elementary cellular automaton from Cyphered. You can see created by Cyphered. So why is this unique and special? Why did he call it out? It's because this is the first collection, the first generative art collection dropped on the FX Hash platform by the creator of the platform, which is exactly what Chromie Squiggles is to art blocks. So because it's not just because it's the first collection, but also because it's by the creator of the platform, this is a very special collection, right? I think it's only 1,000, something like that, maybe 2,000. But the alpha here, besides just knowing this collection and why Huda called it a grail, is that they are moving to ETH. FX Hash on December 1st, I believe, is going to have an ETH marketplace launching on Ethereum. And everybody's expecting what Huda was saying, that Cyphered, the creator of FX Hash, will be the first to drop on that new Ethereum marketplace, right? So could be something.
Could definitely be something. So if you go to the upcoming drops or incoming drops on this site, you'll see they have a calendar up already, and he's already got a placeholder right there, which is awesome.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. And I'm going to throw you a little info. And I think because you're already in FX Hash, you might know this. He actually minted an NFT on the platform before that. Do you know what that is?
I know that there was just like a logo or something. There was like one or two. Yeah. But
that's exactly.
But there's no like generative collection drops before that.
Yeah, I guess that's true. But yeah, there's always been this really fun debate on what is actually his signature, like what's actually his Chromie Squiggle, because he's not listed as the artist on that FX Hash piece, but he is. So that was the first token on the site. He is the artist of it. So, you can make an argument for it. I'd rather have an RGB.
Well, me too,
that's
clearly.
Music to Gift Dad's ears. Listen, I knew today's episode was going to get a little wild and funky, but this is by far one of my favorites that we've done in a while. I'm going to drop the actual episode here from X. If you guys could get that some love, get as many folks in here as possible. And then, my God, we
found him. Found him.
Bro, I really want that ambassadorship. Saints of LA, if you're out there watching, if you're listening, hit me up in the DMs, slide through. Let's work something out. I really want to be a Saints ambassador out here. I'm in LA. I'm primed. Fucking ready.
All right.
Let's do this.
Here's some other projects.
Sainthood incoming.
I'm going to bring in, I love that ambassador name. All right. Stats is saying here as well, just to cap this combo off and maybe jump into maybe some other collections that have good art, unlike VeeFriends, is a huge move in mid-cap index led by on-chain monkeys, cyber brokers, Mochaverse, goblins, crypto dick butts, and more. You can see that that's a pretty strong rise from even the start of the year. We basically
all on-chain assets.
Yeah, okay, so he mentioned the on-chain assets, but the mid-caps obviously encompass a ton of different collections. So, yeah, we're basically almost at pre-summer levels here. I would love to see what it's at tomorrow as we go here. Yeah, guys, I mean, let's look at some other collections here and see if you're interested. There's a Cyber Brokers here.
That's my one cyber broker I've managed to hold on to so far. So it's, you know what? I'm feeling good. I get to show off a couple unique pieces of art today. And you know, it makes me feel good that not everything has been lost in this bear market.
All right. And what else stands out to you guys? I am going to pull up the Rate My Bags here in just a moment. I'm interested in Huda's take on that. He hasn't taken part in a Rate My Bag segment yet. We mentioned parallel avatars. Avatars are continuing to run. That was one that I think we've been super heavy on, and I think I'm underexposed to the amount that I was shilling them. I'm definitely underexposed. I think I have 2 parallel avatars Shrapnel, as well as another one that we've been pretty heavy on in the gaming front. They're up. But guys, what else stands out? I mean, you can look it out on here or on your own charts.
For me, Q, like it's not in the charts, but you know, Pack is back. I don't know if any of you caught on to that, but when Pack comes back, and I know it's got some sour undertones.
Here they come.
But when Pack gets back, exactly.
Here they come.
It's almost like a bellwether for this space, right?
Is that a new tweet? God damn it.
Yeah, it's thanks to Simpsons, man. And then it's also a little bit pre that. He's talked about the digital soul from Han that was bought, which is really interesting. It's like a mix of like NFT digital asset with the smart contract itself being the marketplace. It's really interesting, heady stuff. You guys should check out. If you're into the smart contract stuff and like really thoughtful building. I mean, for whatever we think of Pack as far as like being a money grabber or this or that, he is a builder and he does know the tech and he's been here for a very long time. He's not going to go away. And the guy's back. So I'm a little bit like, damn, like if you want some bellwethers, that's one of them.
It's
you buying Q? You buying?
Absolutely fucking.
It's gonna be a triangle. It's a pyramid. He's literally like it's the pyramid, the new cube.
Yeah,
wow.
It seems like maybe the Simpsons legit are responsible for more people coming into the space, which is actually wild. Yeah. I mean, it's too early to really say that maybe, but if you look at that chart of unique wallets,
at the very least, it gets people who are in just back engaged. Like so many people were in and they've just taken a break, but that gets them looking again. And it
got Pack back. Like the Simpsons and him being featured in it is what got him back in. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, like, yeah,
it's a great sign. It really is.
All right, I'm going to do my best to continue to keep us on track. We've got about 15 more minutes here. We're going to spend a little bit of that looking at our Rate My Bags 11th edition. Guys, a couple different things that are happening now. Mocha ID mints are going live. I think you need a friend code here. You need some type of referral code to mint this if you're not a holder. But I
got one. And I got in.
Tell me you didn't use that the one that Choina sent in the group chat.
I jumped in it immediately. Thank you, Choina.
Oh my god! Of course you did.
Again. No gas involved this time, Q.
Hold on.
I just happened to be at the right place at the right time. It popped up and I jumped.
The Web3 Telegram channel. Apparently, that's where it goes down.
So you don't have to be a Mocha holder to get in on that.
I had a code, so they just let me. They let me in.
Bro,
they didn't check my wallet, dude.
Close. I am so close to going on my villain arc with this shit with Biggie Poppins, man. Between the Coffins mint and now you use the friend code that Troy sent me. Although I guess it is in the open group chat. Wow.
Biggie front ran him.
I just saw code use whoever wants. Yes.
Biggie front ran him on the blueprints, the proof of coffins, and got token 1 with the complete set. And now this. I mean, how would you feel? Let us know in the chat. Okay. Would you ever talk to Biggie again? Is this the end for these two? Is this the last time we see them together on stage?
I really thought you would have a code, Q, since you're good friends.
Since what?
Man.
Because of what?
I thought he'd send you like extra codes to just kind of toss up everywhere. So I was like, I'll take Choinas. Thank you.
Just we're on direct message with each other. Biggie DMs. Wow.
Biggie Alpha Chad Poppins, aka the Sniper.
You know what it is? I can't help myself when it's with user IDs and stuff. It really pisses me off when somebody squats on my name. And so whenever I see something come up and it's like you can get the name, I immediately go.
Okay. Here's how you can make it up to me. Choina just said, Biggie, you should have your own code now. You can share. So let's
they haven't sent me anything, but the minute I do, I'll put it in the chat.
Okay. I appreciate it.
I'll DM it.
Okay, I want to get to Rate My Bags here in just a moment. This was a bigger story that broke. Gordon absolutely, like every cycle, there's a project founder that's timed it perfectly. I think Charlie Lee back in 2017 sold the top of Litecoin and just made like a $1 trillion. Every founder times something really well. And I know Gordon had his health issues that he had to leave BAYC, but seemingly he's now come back around a great time for the NFT space and is now sweeping floors. But you can see going to grab some non-BAYC NFTs this week. Don't freak out. I'm still Ape, Poppy, and I love you very much. And then he went on to buy a zombie punk. I need to find that link. Any takes here, guys, on Gordon coming back and buying a zombie?
You said it. What a absolute baller move and perfect timing. And honestly, I also just liked the narrative, right? Like, it's like, show me some non-BAYC PFPs, and everybody jumped on that, shilling their bags, their favorite projects and everything. And what did he do first? He went for a punk. I mean, if that doesn't tell you everything, I don't know what will. And it's a beautiful punk. I mean, it's top 10 for sure, in my opinion. It's
kicking off a bidding war on another zombie punk, I think, too, a zombie hoodie. So there's a huge bid on that, and I think
that's
it's a big one. And Loopify replied to that like a tweet and just said, "Hey, whoever owns this, I'll up whatever that offer is." So we should see some more big sales coming too. But yeah, Gordon buying NFTs, any NFT is great. Remember when Frank did that a few months back? He just went through and was buying everything, and it's electric. It's perfect for the space right now.
100%. Like, it was perfectly timed and executed. The narrative was just right. I mean, couldn't have done it better.
I want to see him buy a V1 punk. That would be spicy.
This is worth mentioning. Friend of the show, one of my favorite people in the space, Jimena. She tweeted out this initially, and I thought she was tweeting out that she got a V1 punk, and then I was corrected. She fucking picked up her own legit CryptoPunk. Fucking killing it, Jimena. Look at that.
Oh, that's so awesome. That's the mountaintop. I mean, that's it.
Dude, I've been with her in Clubhouse since day one, seen her get to a point where she's now a CryptoPunk. So fucking amazing to see that journey. Congrats.
Indeed.
Yeah, congrats. Indeed. That's huge.
Cam Taylor saying Gordon bought his own project. Troyna saying a bunch of punks
again. He bought it again. First, he bought the project, and then he bought into his own project.
Yep. The chat of chads here. That is what's happening. A bunch of punks also shared our own punk sale with Sup on X after Gordon did. Yeah, I think it's a great point. Aligning the communities. It's great timing. Because there is still some friction after Yuga bought punks, and I think this does a little bit to soothe those and kind of align the communities. Jack is saying, "Sup, fam? Good to see you again. Good to see you, Jack." And Metabiller saying he's also market making. That's fantastic. All right, the moment you've all been waiting for. I don't know where the music was gone this entire episode, but I'm going to bring it back for this moment. The ultra high def, the ultra analytical, the most objective look at the market that you've ever seen in your freaking life.
Well, that's true.
Rate My Bags 12th edition. Let me change this up. It's now
Huda
edition.
Because Huda's not used to it. Like, we do have to get him up to speed on how technical this algorithm can be.
The most.
There's a lot of different inputs that are taken into this, Huda. So just beware that the learning curve can be steep. It can be very steep with these types of things. We know that you're a very smart man. You're very up to date on Web3 tech, but this might break your brain a little bit.
It's going to challenge.
This might be a little bit more than you're used to trying to bite off here.
And I can already see the community getting all up in a hubbub about this chart. We haven't touched this in like 3 or 4 months, okay? And then when you don't touch it for a while, maybe 2 months, when you don't touch it, things can get out of whack with how quickly this space moves. So I don't want you guys to get all in a hubbub as we start.
SupDucks definitely can
moving
move
up to S tier.
Yes, let's start with SupDucks.
Straight up to S tier.
SupDucks.
All right, SupDucks on their way. Where do they belong, folks? That's a real question. SupDucks out of the wrecked category. I'm fine with moving them up to D until they can prove anything. We don't even know if this is true. We just know that the floor price is up.
Well, they're back down to like 0.05 or 0.06 now, aren't they? Like, D sounds fair.
Yeah, D's good. We got to see if they actually get an acquisition and then do something.
Okay, and
I want to know what Huda disagrees with about this chart.
I have a feeling we're going to be on the same page throughout.
Yetis at S is the only thing that's not debatable on this chart. So that's just know that they're kind of grandfathered in.
Gutter cats have been acquired.
I'm gonna move Chungos to Rect. I haven't heard.
Bro,
God forbid.
all right, now I really gotta leave. I'll see you.
I haven't heard any Chungo news for a while either. Now, here's a good one. What about nouns? Where should nouns be right now?
They're an S tier, huh? Wow.
Okay.
They were.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not S tier anymore.
Yes, I do agree with that. I think you could even probably make the argument that they're in B right now with how far they've fallen off with what used to be one of the stronger communities. What's up?
Well, they forked twice? They should move down at least 2 tiers.
Yeah.
Right? That's the kind of science we use here?
Yes, exactly.
I agree.
Okay, guys, anything that's contentious, we're going to throw up as a poll as well. So if we get, kind of some arguments here up on stage with the host, you guys are going to be the final factor. All right, we're running out of space here on B, so we might have to move some collections around. But I'm going to leave them around this area for now. Let's just say that.
I still think the mutants are just apes, like
I could maybe get behind that. Yeah, I could maybe get behind that. Let's do that. Captains probably deserves to be in A category based on the meme land drop, if not S, but I'm okay putting them in A.
Yeah, I think A.
Huda, your thoughts on A or GIF actually left?
A or S, totally. Either way is cool.
GIF, captains in A or S? What are your thoughts?
It's definitely not S.
All right, let's jump back into this. So Huda, we do this. We used to do this on a more frequent basis. Again, we probably haven't touched this in 2 months. What is the most, like Biggie Poppins is saying, what's the most standout piece to you on this list, whether it be up or down?
Stoner Cats.
Where is Stoner Cats?
Oh, it's not Stoner Cats. It's RKTF, whatever the fuck that is. So never mind. There is no Stoner Cats. Yeah.
Dude, D-Gods. Fucking D-Gods.
Yeah, where's D-Gods right now?
A.
They're not A.
Yep.
No, not A right now.
That's Utes, bro.
Oh yeah, you're right.
But I mean, you could probably drop Utes too.
All right, so we got some on the range here. Where is Artifact? Why you just mentioned?
Just Mr. Miyagi right there.
It's Clonex.
No, that's 10KTF.
Yeah. Oh no, yeah, that's right.
So Clonex.
That's Clonex. Yeah.
Yeah, they're probably about right.
All right, keep
I'll say this. Don't tell Henry, but I don't think Jenny Kongs are A.
Ooh. Yeah, that's definitely don't let that get back.
Yeah.
To Henry.
Funny enough, I saw your episode with him finally. That just came on yesterday. Good show.
I appreciate that, man. Genesis Kong, Cyber Kong's always contentious, I feel like, between the A and B here. All right. I can get behind that. I think a lot of my co-hosts up here would probably agree with that, to be honest. But it's more because we're not in the community as much.
Just got to give them room to grow too. So,
as much as it pains me to say it, I feel like you could switch dead fellas and wrecked guys, like bump wrecked guys up and drop dead fellas down right now. Hurts me to say that, frankly.
Yeah, me too.
But Cool Cats could probably also jump up. I don't know if there's another one that could jump down to make room, but Cool Cats is making some moves. I don't know. I feel like you could make
a balloon origami.
Ghost,
I think it's strong B.
I feel like has Ghost done anything of merit here?
No, isn't that more of like a provenance art?
Yeah, maybe
provenance thing.
What about Reddit avatars?
Ooh.
We don't talk about that.
Yeah, without it's been a while.
Yeah.
All right, so Captain. Oh Jesus. Let me make sure I don't mess up our beautiful list here. Captains has moved up to A. Let's continue talking about this, guys. Like most of the moves up to
Biao Fam could probably drop direct. Cock Punch could probably drop direct.
God damn it.
Oh, damn it.
Wait, we finally got Biggie capitulating on the.
I'm not. I can't fight it right now, but I will rock it up one day.
Yo, Avastars might jump up too. Where does Avastars go right now?
Yeah, B or C makes a lot of sense for them.
B or C for Avastars, Biggie, or you guys?
I think like Their recent
Yeah.
notoriety or recognition again is thanks to the on-chain argument, thanks to Elon and all that stuff. But it's not because they've done anything, but at the same time, do they have to?
Yeah.
So it's a little bit like I don't know. I'm not gonna fight you too much if you want to put it on B, but I think like slow and steady wins the race.
Okay, the lyrics guy. Lyrics guy saying crypto
now
Bitcoin's
toads
too low.
on the other hand.
Yeah.
Toads could go up, dude.
Well, okay, so why are we putting toads up? Is it just because people are interested in the floor prices going up? Because why is toads going up?
But the same reason they've always gone up. It's only vibes. Only vibes. That's all they need.
Yeah.
We need a vibe chart.
And
Chungos
on-chain,
and
and Gremlin.
Okay.
And if you haven't done this show in 2 months or this part in 2 months, then Gutter Cat Gang.
Yes. Gutter.
Do it.
I don't know if I can put Gutter. I think we moved them up. So they were D. I did move them up initially right at the start of this. And I don't think I'm going to add Gutter Cats into the B category yet. I don't think we can.
Fair.
I'm having fun showing off some of my bags today. This is my one avatar I'm still holding.
Hey, GIF.
I love it.
Yeah.
Hey, GIF. Lock in. This is important work. Lock in.
Avatars is relevant. We're doing a poll, right? Come on.
Okay, Cam Taylor saying clones shipping more than anyone's. Clones should be A.
Clone shipping more. Is that because of the artifact sneakers?
They're doing a lot. They are. And they're up there because they still have so much utility and potential. But here's the thing, man. When you go look through the art, again, we talk about it all the time. 3D is hard. And there's a lot of just not very good looking combinations of 3D traits on that. Like some of them are just kind of ugly and weird, man, and uncomfortable to look at.
Now,
so it's hard.
I do have 2 additions for you, Q.
Okay, we haven't done this.
Parallel. We haven't added in a while. You could add Parallel into the conversation, and maybe the Saints, since you're bringing them up.
Okay.
You know, like I'd be cool if you put them in D because
I mean, especially if they get me on as
Move
an
up.
ambassador. I mean, that shit's gonna be S tier in no time.
GIF continues to plug himself while work needs to be done.
I'm working hard up here. All right, you're the one that wants to buy a Saint, bro. I'm working hard on your behalf and for Biggie. I'm working here for the people.
All right, I will pull
Love
up a parallel Avastars here, although it's tough for me. Like, who's rocking? This is my thing. The guidelines are a little bit like kennels. We got.
Yeah, I would go with
Who's
like a
rocking
card
Parallel?
as opposed to the PFP. I mean,
But then-
you have Fidenzas up there. As nobody rocks Fidenzas as PFPs.
That's
but
true.
I've said it for a million years.
These might be a B. Dude, I bet you that there's some people that own a Fidenza that absolutely rock it as their PFP.
Definitely.
I just don't know those people.
I
but
only see them as their banner. I've never seen anybody put them up as their PFP.
There you
Maybe
go.
even like as a background to their PFP. But I've never seen them just like a squiggle as a PFP, which we have.
I feel like, yeah, go ahead.
Well, how about this? Maybe in the next few weeks or so, a dedicated segment of this to retire some of these and to bring in a new
That's why Hood
class.
is here.
Mm,
That's why
I
Hood
like
is here.
They retire.
Retire them.
that sounds
Fresh and good.
highly scientific, and we like that approach.
Okay.
You know, very methodical. We like methodic.
Maybe you always keep wrecked. Maybe they always live there, and but just
We can have a retired
go. I like
category.
that.
Let's have like an old folks home, retirement home for some of
That's
these
cool.
They
that
should
are
be in
not
hell.
building. Wow. Biggie.
Methodology.
That's where PFPs go to retire.
Let's move some out of the D category here. Boogers, Mooncats,
Neo Tokyo.
wrecked probably.
Is that wrecked? I think. Yeah, I don't know.
Base heads should go up. Base heads is
Oh.
building, dude. They're doing really good stuff with Fortnite. You've seen like the map they did for MKBHD. They're about to announce some other stuff. I don't know.
Oh, okay, their Fortnite thing, is that just them using that creator, tool
Yes.
set? Not anything officially with Fortnite.
Yes.
No, not officially, not yet. But like I know, like Tim Sweeney is like a big fan, and like they have been in talks. So I would not be surprised if they end up doing something. Because remember, like their whole aim is to be like the MTV for the metaverse, and they've been pulling off some really cool stuff. So
Yeah,
I think there's going to be an announcement soon. But do as you wish. You want to keep it a D still.
We could ask the community. If we have any comments saying based heads up or down, drop them now, and then we'll base it off that. But yeah, I mean, if they want to move up to C, that's fine.
What about Milady's? Milady's, I fucking
yeah, Milady's are here.
Still C?
I hate them. I if I could shoot a collection into the sky and never see it again, it would be Milady's.
Why? Oh, Milady's. Dude, I was picturing World of Women in my head. I'm like, holy spicy.
Yeah,
Huda, you know this show is recorded, right? You probably don't want to be saying things
That's
like
why
that.
I was shocked. Milady's, that makes a ton of sense.
All right, here we go. Nakas. So Milady's can move up or down. I'm fine with that. Okay, so Gutter Cats has this mix of being an older project and now is like seemingly on the come up. I'm down to move them to B if you guys think so. What do we think?
I think they need to prove what new ownership can do with them before they earn that next spot. All that happened is they changed owners.
Yep.
I don't think that's enough to move them.
If that came with some type of treasury as well, like so, there was some did he say 500?
Like 500K or something?
That's not. Yeah, that is nothing. Nakas.
That's
they
a balloon
always
in the
talk
Macy's
about
Day
Nakas.
Parade.
Yeah, they're tricky.
What do we think with Nakas?
C might just make sense for them.
Yeah, to be determined. 100%.
The once Nakas is not saying anything.
I am still a Naka. I still have it. I was going to pull it up, but then I realized that you would slap me on the wrist and tell me I'm a bad boy. So I'm not going to pull up my awesome Naka for you. You don't deserve to see it. And no, I think that right now, that's where they deserve to be.
Okay. I like where Cool Cats has gone since we made this last list. B is probably that. I don't think they belong in the A category just yet.
And what about that project next to Red Guys? I always forget its names. The lady with the
Digidaigaku.
Yeah, Digidaigaku. What have they done lately?
They're apparently still doing quite a lot. I have a bunch of dragon eggs that I apparently can go hatch on the website that I haven't done yet. That's what I know about it. But yeah, you don't see much conversation around it, even though there is like a whole world and things happening in that ecosystem, apparently.
Cam Taylor with the logic here saying we needed some non-subjective measures here. You're asking a lot.
This is all extremely scientific, sir. I don't know what you're talking about. How dare you? And please come back tomorrow.
Doodles in A, have they eclipsed? They used to be near the top. I believe they were S at one point.
We were in conversations. We were in conversations, I think, to get them into S tier at one point, but I don't think they ever made that leap before they absolutely crumbled and people floored it and got the fuck out.
They feel kind of like Gutter Cat. I think they need to prove something before they move up. Like they just announced or they've just like hyped up that big things are coming. They're going to make some big swings here, but I think those have to happen for it to move, even though the floor price has moved.
Okay, I can agree with that. I don't think they've necessarily earned A. They've done some really cool things with their activations, but I don't know if that necessarily gets them into A category. What else in A, guys, can be moved? Like, I think even it pains me to say it. Like some of these need to get off of there. Coda probably needs to be honest. Like
Quantum is bringing a very, very key and important and relevant data point into the science of this algorithm. That is that doodles were indeed on The Simpsons, which might automatically make them S tier as far as the algo is concerned.
I think Doodles is staying. Yeah. Here's one that's gonna ruffle some feathers or will be interesting. Pudgy at A.
Yes.
Does Pudgy deserve to be an S tier?
S tier.
What? S? Come on now. No.
Bro,
A, bro.
Why not?
Bro, how many PFP NFT projects throughout this bear have actually gone up consistently and built momentum and done incredible things? That
I want to see what holiday sales like in Walmart are by the end.
Oh, you need to see holiday sales,
bro. No,
yes.
Every other project in the space that has any sort of like IP and they're like, we don't know what we're doing. Let's find a business model is trying to copy Pudgy Penguins. They are a standard within all of Web3 right now for what does it look like to create a retail brand out of a Web3 native IP. They are the standard.
I mean, they're just creating something that's going to end up in landfills anyway, right? So you could argue that they're polluters.
Wow. Wow.
Hottest take we've had on the show.
Yeah,
wow.
Jesus.
Big.
Yeah, I think that's
being a devil's advocate, but I'd like to see more performance. What are you doing, Q?
Dude, it's fair. Like they feel very safe and very vanilla, but also there's some strength they bring because of that. They're just so solid, and maybe for that reason alone, they're S tier, and maybe they have to do something to earn remaining in that spot. But I don't know that you could ask for any more from a project, especially like Giff was saying, over the bear market to sustain and do what they did.
Yeah.
I think that alone is pretty special.
Cam Taylor's fighting for his bags over here. Love to see it.
Especially, but for S tier, man, like to be amongst squiggles and apes and
I agree. Not necessarily Clonex, but like Artifact has been doing some really cool. I mean, I guess Clonex is part of the Artifact ecosystem.
Yeah, you'd have to throw it up if you agree that they're A. You got to put Clonex.
Sure, I agree that too.
All right, I heard
Utes is still sitting up there.
I would put Pudgy Penguins in S tier. Let me get the poll out, and then this will be close to one of our last couple, guys. We got to run in the next 2 or 3 minutes, but let me get the poll run for Pudgy.
Guys, what is that bunny thing that's between? It's next to the
Fluff World,
Cybercon. Yeah,
Fluff World. Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah, I don't know. They might still be a B. We haven't heard too much.
I
from
think
them,
so, man. They're like doing their beta testing for the root network, and I think next.
Dude, they're still holding at almost an ETH floor, bro.
Oh.
Yeah, Fluff's pretty legit.
Community is strong, diamond-handed.
Very diamond-handed.
All right, that poll is live, folks. So Pudgy at S or A. Guys, I'm going to ask you this. A lot of
do the right thing, folks. Do the right thing.
A lot has happened with Bored Ape Yacht Club and Yuga Labs over the last year. We really haven't touched this first spot in a long time. But does CryptoPunks belong in front of Bored Ape Yacht Club?
CryptoPunks should never leave S tier.
Agreed. Yeah. But do they? I'm kind of looking at this spot as the number one. The spot, should they bump in front of Bored Ape Yacht Club here?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. If it's about provenance and who did it first kind of thing. I think once you're in S tier, that's the thing for me. Like if you're in S tier, it's a God tier, man. Like to me, I don't know what Super Yeti is doing there up there, but the other and again, like the fine art, the squiggles, and the fidenzas, it's fine.
So Biggie, with that kind of criteria, or just hearing you talk about an S tier that way, I wouldn't put Pudgy in S tier. Like they're high.
Yeah, that's my criteria also. It's like tough
like
to
all time historic type NFT.
That's a little rough. It's a new industry. That's a little rough.
Yeah, you have to allow some flexibility for people to have upward mobility. Otherwise, it just becomes a caste system of like just really medieval.
I thought that's what this was. I thought like level.
No, I mean we do want to have. We want to also be open to the dream. To the American dream. Of being able to progress and have some fluidity between top tier, low tier, and
maybe that same discussion is having a grail tier. When you're in there, you don't leave.
Yeah, you broke through, created a paradigm shift in the space, and people are gonna have you forever. In my opinion, like the only two that really belong there is Squiggles and Punks. Even Bored Apes, in my opinion, which are like really close.
Not Rare Pepes
in the middle. Sure, Rare Pepes.
Yeah,
I mean, for the provenance, right? I suppose.
Yeah. Bring up the Artifact G tag, or sorry, not Artifact 10KTF, because not many people know 10KTF is about to get a PFP collection, and we don't talk about that enough. I don't know exactly what that is right now. What does it say? What's the floor? 0.23. It's not bad.
Yeah.
Oh, did it just pump as well? Is that involved?
There's too many reasons for it to be good. It's about Oni for me to be okay with dropping it at this point. Like if they actually like really recently Fortnite, the Ronin program, new awesome, have more momentum than most projects recently in the bear market. So I just think it's got a lot of
doing that and succeeding at it during a bear market. Yeah.
Q
for sure.
We have to also include the most important data points for the algorithm, as far as all the different factors and inputs. The fact that both you and I are Ronins is maybe the strongest factor for why it deserves to remain at A, I think.
I agree with you. I agree with you, sir.
Not biased at all.
If by the way, if D got searched down, I mean, shouldn't Utes be down? Or I would just take out.
Well, that's what I was saying.
Part
Yeah,
of
Utes are
DGOTs.
not A. No.
Yeah.
It's been a while, sir. All right.
I will say this. You know
where
what? Let me say this. I went and hung out in a Utes space last night, Utes community space, and they were all really cool and smart people. And so we've talked about how Utes is definitely like one of the higher quality, more aesthetic PFPs just on the art side. The community seems to be pretty fucking chill from my initial interaction. So
we're gonna have a lot of these. We're gonna have a lot of these that are just gonna need to be on another episode. We've got about 8 that need to be ranked. Pixel Vault was brought up. Yeah, it is gonna be
Put
a
pin
comeback.
in it.
I'm gonna leave the Saints of LA just from the fact that they need to again prove it out. But I've added Saints. Pixel Vault. Where do we think Pixel Vault should be since they were just added to this list?
D.
Okay.
Agree.
Parallel avatars.
C, at least C or B. Honestly, I could make a case for B given what just happened today with that momentum and the fact that like these are the PFPs native to Parallel, which is going to be one of the biggest Web3 games, if not one of the biggest card games in the world. And they have all that utility and value. And
I agree. You look at it on the same realm, other than Azuki, which we haven't touched. On C category, they have the most momentum by far. Like it's not even close when you look at comparing any of these projects on the same line.
Yo, this guy Prodigy is over here. What's up with that? I haven't seen him here before. That's cool. What's up?
Prodigy's gonna be a Super Yeti pretty soon, he said.
Oh shit.
All right. Guys, we're going to close this one out. We do have to come back to this probably this week or next just to kind of get this going. Huda, you did a great job adding your insight as well.
Yeah, I love it.
Before we close out, I know it looks like the God's already been moved. Anything else that stands out that we need to kind of move off the list? Choina, we're not going to touch the Gachi Gang just yet. I'm moving some of this off of here just to kind of get a better look.
Are we talking about maybe moving gotchas up to S? Because yeah, that's something we should definitely discuss.
Not enough traction. I'm sorry, Gachi Gang, don't kill me. Not enough traction yet. Guys, anything that stands out that needs to be moved before I take this snapshot? There are going to be people on X that see this, by the way. So make sure this looks a little clean.
Make sure on this snapshot that you add at the top, all of this is the opinion of Huda.
Yes, and I'll tag him.
Yeah, and tag him on it when you post.
I thought we were going to drop down Miladies and in the process probably Goblins and a kid called Beast.
Oh yeah, fuck goblins, dude.
Fuck goblins. The Goblins did some cool shit. They were in like a game. They had the IP shown off in like a popular game.
That's true. They did. Yeah, they did. And there's what happened to Big Ink or whatever that. There was going to be an expansion. And they started doing all this interesting marketing stuff. And it just like, I guess, never got traction and then they stopped or like what?
All right, guys, I'm speed running this here. So you guys
somebody let me know. Hive minded. What's up with Big Ink? Somebody go figure it out and let me know. Cause I
feel like Mooncats does not deserve to be on this. Do they? Mooncats?
No, they pretty much got strangled. I know it was Crypto Kitties, but yeah.
Chimpers is an interesting one that I've never really been in on, but apparently is pretty legit. Trader Blue
IP trade work they're doing. I think with like Ninja Turtles amongst others.
Deadfellas to me, look, I'll leave Deadfellas at C, but you know how I feel about their direction.
Well, that's why we dropped them down. We gave them a drop.
Yeah, they still have a strong community for sure, though.
Yeah, they got a lot going.
All right.
We'll see.
There's the list, folks. So we have a bunch that need to be. I feel like the gods probably should be on here before we take.
Yeah. We shouldn't cancel the gods, but like, where would you put it? Yeah.
See?
Yeah, I was more like
they've fallen. They've really fallen.
Yeah.
They have not executed.
Yeah, but they're still. But you have to
Let's
take
see what they come up with. Like they're about to release something.
Yeah,
but until then, I think a C is a good. It's a stumble. It doesn't mean they're going to stay there. Gift.
I mean, the cool thing with that is if they knock it out of the park, they go all the way up to A, and then it's a big deal and splashy, and they would deserve that.
Okay, all right. You're trying to set them up for a comeback story.
That's
okay.
I like a good comeback.
Squashman just said, still not seeing little peckers.
Let him know, Squashman. Do not let this man forget.
If Chungos is in the rec list.
Do not let this man forget when he stood up here in front of everybody in the world and said, "Yo, I really fuck with this art. This looks dope. I'm gonna get these." And then what happened?
I hate you guys.
What happened?
I know. I love you guys.
I do bring up Squigs, dude.
Will Peckers
to their S tier. They belong.
I feel like the art is just not.
Chromie's got to be S tier, my guy.
Okay.
What are you trying to do? What are you trying to do?
People rocking it as PFP.
Right, you're right. Okay. Last one I'm going to put up here, guys. Very quickly, give me Azuki and give me Utes because I feel like those two need to be looked at least. So what's up? Azuki right now it's C. Utes not ranked.
Utes D.
This is why I think the gods should be B because I think Utes is C and putting them next to each other is a little bit confusing. I don't believe makes sense, but
they've made it confusing. I think it's perfectly fit.
Interesting parallel.
On the same chain, you could see Utes flip to gods one day, which would be insane, but they brought it on themselves.
Wow,
you know what? I could see that happening because the art is cleaner. It's not as confusing. And the thing that they did with the seasons actually kind of messed up the whole collection, in my opinion, because when you go look through it, it's all over the place.
Yeah. Imagine that story.
It doesn't have
We're going for
cohesion.
storylines.
Trader Blue is saying Chimpers always doing shit. B for sure. Interesting. We have them at C right now. All right, we'll have to come back.
Could add, but maybe next time is On-Chain Monkey. Also,
we should add On-Chain Monkey.
OCM should be there.
All right, guys, we have to. This is going to close out the 12th edition here. You can see that we have some that need to get, re-ranked. It's been a while since we touched this, but appreciate everybody's insight. Also, the poll ended. 62% of you said A, 37% said S. So Pudgy Penguins remains at A.
Wow.
So that is going to be the final there. No S tier movement.
Penguin got to do.
Yeah, exactly.
Crazy.
Fly.
All right, that's going to do it on today's episode of NFT Live. We went a little bit late here, so we got some housekeeping to end the episode. I want to start with this one. Here, let me make sure I'm doing it. Just follow this man who has been joining us here on NFT Live for the last week. Follow this man. Twitter handle or X handle is there in the chat. Guys, give this guy some love. He's doing recaps as well every single day.
Those are fantastic, man. I'm loving those, Huda.
Appreciate that. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, that's under the NFT updates tab as well. So yeah, big shout out to Huda for joining us in here for the Rate My Bag segment. I didn't really have much else. There was something breaking that I'm missing though, like that we need to cover. Machi's Friend Tech competitor is launching like imminently.
And we'll get it in the rehash. So that's a great plug for the rehash. If you don't know, we recap the top 10 stories in Web3 from the last 24 hours daily on X, on our X profile. So make sure to follow us over there. Look out for that. We will have that Machi Friend Tech competitor in today's rehash, of course, with a bunch of other headlines and news. Yes, I just have this quick last thing to share, which is I am going to drop 2 more posters in the Coffins poster series before the launch of Coffins on Monday of this upcoming Monday. It's coming up November 13th. And this is going to be the penultimate, second to last poster dropping today. So if you want to get in on this limited edition 01 drop, make sure to turn on notifications for Gifted on X, because yes, that is going to be the almost last poster that I drop before the launch.
All right, you love to see it. Biggie Poppins, right after this episode, send me that friend code, sir.
or it's done, or it's over.
No,
we're done.
But no, guys, I had a great episode here.
I
today
haven't
with
even
y'all.
gotten an email saying come claim your ID. So, but the minute I get code, I will send it. I have not gotten anything yet.
All right, last thoughts here. Let's go around the quad box and close out. Biggie, other than sending me the friend code, just send us out, man.
Fantastic episode, man. Always fun to do. I'm gonna miss you guys tomorrow. I'll be doing the Command Day thing, but I'll see you guys on Thursday. I love you, fam. OVOT.
Yes.
Huda.
Good luck with the Command Day.
Yeah, I just got to give you guys your flowers too. I didn't make it yesterday and almost didn't today because I've just been busy, but I still have tuned in because I couldn't help it. Like the show is that good, legitimately. So it's distracted me from my work, which isn't good, but the show itself is killer, guys. Keep it up.
Bro, and that's what we call our vibe, our tribe. Smash the like, lick the like, and we'll see y'all tomorrow.
Shit,